Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. So is it hot enough? We planned this especially. Lots of sun, no breeze. Got you in your whites and hats. We're going to bring you out scarves and mittens and boots soon just to make it really comfortable. But we are just thrilled. I mean, I don't know if you can see yourselves, but I was looking out from the residence and looking down at you all as you were spread over the South Lawn, and it was just a sight to behold. I have to say, I wasn't sure when I heard the goal of having nearly 1,000 chefs on the South Lawn. I said, right, Sam, yeah, sure, whatever. But you all pulled it off, and I am just so proud and honored to have you here at the White House. I want to start by thanking Todd and Nora for sharing their stories, for the work that they're doing at the Merch School. It's just, a wonderful example of the partnership that can be created. This is our hope for all of you to just spread out around the country and replicate what they have done. And we are just thrilled with the level of broad thinking and creativity that they've put into this work, and we want to see more of it happen. And I also have to thank my partner in crime, Stan Cass, who has just been such an important part of promoting healthy eating, not just here at the White House, but helping to shape this initiative. And Sam has worked closely with so many staff members on the East Wing and in our kitchen, but we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't have the knowledge and the passion if it weren't for people like Sam, who really understand your world. They understand and appreciate the value of cooking. This has been a long conversation that Sam and I have had over the years, and I think it's just pretty powerful to see what started out as a few conversations in our kitchen on the south side of Chicago turn into a major initiative that hopefully will change the way we think as a country, not just about the health of our kids, but about our health as a nation. Well, you're all here for the same reason, because you appreciate the power that food can have in our lives. And who would have thought food having power other than just making us full? But it's got a lot of power. You all know the enormous amount of care and the sense of pride that our farmers put into growing the food that nourishes the world. You have those relationships. You've seen it in action. You know the joy of cooking for others, that passion that you get, the sense of camaraderie, the understanding and fulfillment that comes with seeing folks gathering around a dinner table, not just enjoying a meal, but enjoying fellowship. That is power. You know the central role that food plays in the moments that make us happiest. Food is always there. Whether it's at a birthday party or Thanksgiving dinner or quiet moments with friends, food is at the core of what makes life wonderful. And you all know how the ingredients we put in our bodies can affect the way we feel, the way we think, and how we grow. This is especially true when we're talking about our nation's kids. And you all know the statistics when it comes to the health of our kids, and they're staggering every time we talk about it, how nearly 1/3 of children in this country are now overweight or obese. That's 1 in 3. Just think about that. That means that these kids are at greater risk of obesity-related diseases, you name them, cancer, heart disease, stroke. And last year as a nation, we spent nearly $150 billion treating conditions like these. And if we don't do something now, that number is just going to continue to increase as we see these children reach adulthood at an unhealthy weight. But what we do know is that none of us wants this kind of future for our kids. No one does. This is not what we had in mind. And we don't want this kind of future for our countries. That's why earlier this year we started Let's Move. As you know, it's been a national campaign with a very ambitious goal, which is to solve the problem of childhood obesity in a generation so that kids born today grow up with a totally different approach to eating and their health, and they grow up at a healthy weight with a wonderful appreciation for food and how to use it to tap into their power. Let's Move is making the changes that we need in several key ways. Number one, we're working to get more information to parents so that they can make good choices for their kids. That's something that's always confusing as a mom. What do you feed your kids? How do you do it? We need to do a better job at making sure that our parents know what's best for their kids. We're working to make sure that families and communities across this country have access to quality, affordable foods. You all know this. Millions of Americans are living in food deserts. They don't have access to the kind of food that they need to live a healthy life. And we can't begin to have this conversation about healthier living for our kids if their families don't have access and can't afford the foods that they need. And we're also working on the other end of the spectrum. There's food and there's movement. That's what the Let's Move piece is about. We need to make sure that our kids are getting the physical activity that they need to stay healthy. The recommendation is that kids get 60 minutes of active play every single day. And when we were growing up, that was just hanging out. Now, it's to save their lives. But even as parents work to help their kids eat right and exercise at home, we also need to make sure that they have access to healthy meals at school. For many kids, that's where they're getting the vast majority of their calories. And I know that sometimes there's a tendency to see money being spent on school nutrition as somehow taking away from what people think are the more important aspects of education, like the curriculum or teacher salaries or school supplies. And with the average school being allotted about $2.68 for each meal they prepare. $2.68, that's it. And of that, only $1.25 of that money actually goes to the food itself. I mean, you can imagine just how creative you have to be to make food interesting in the schools. But the truth is that the food that our kids eat does have a direct effect on how they learn. That's just the truth. So this isn't a luxury, this isn't a set aside, this isn't a sidebar. One recent study showed that kids who ate breakfast were more attentive, they had faster response times than kids who don't. That's learning. And with more than 31 million children participating in the National School Lunch and Breakfast programs, good nutrition at school is more important than ever. A major key to giving our children a healthy future will be to pass a strong child nutrition bill. And right now, the reauthorization bill is moving its way through Congress, and fortunately, it has bipartisan support. Yay! The Senate Agricultural Committee's action on the bill this spring marks historic progress on this bill, and it's vitally important that the Senate continues this effort and passes a bill in the coming weeks. A majority of senators and House members from both parties have publicly called for swift passage of a robust proposal, and I urge Congress to provide the resources that we need to support these important programs. It's important that we keep the momentum going and we pass this bill this year. So we need all of your help. Everyone out there needs to focus on this. This is doable. It's right there, but we've got to make it happen. But if there's one thing that we know for sure, and that is that the solution to childhood obesity is not going to come from Washington alone. There is not one single expert that we've talked to that said that the solution to this problem is for government to tell people what to do. That just doesn't work. Instead, as we've said all this time, it's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us. parents and teachers, community leaders, food manufacturers, all of us doing our part to give our children the healthy future they deserve. And it's going to take all of you, our nation's chefs. That's why I am so moved to see you all here. You all are at the heart of this initiative, because if anyone understands nutrition and food, it's the folks sitting here in their whites today. I know what they're called, whites. We tease Sam, we call them blouses, just to make him mad. But each of you has so much to offer when it comes to helping our children make healthy choices. You know more about food than almost anyone, other than the grandmas. And you've got the visibility and the enthusiasm to match that knowledge. That's really what's key. Just watching you guys in action it excites me, let alone my little girls who can't stay out of the kitchen when Sam is cooking. You can make a salad bar fun. Now that's something. And delicious. You can teach kids to cook something that tastes good and is good for them. And share your passion for food in a way that's truly contagious. Let me tell you something. My mother didn't know how to cook broccoli. It was watery and mushy, and that's what we thought broccoli was. We thought you could eat it with a spoon and cut it with a knife. And I know a lot of parents out there cooking broccoli like that, and it makes it hard to like broccoli if that's how you're cooking it. But you guys can help change that. That's why we created the Chefs Move to Schools program, to pair chefs like you with interested schools in your local communities. And together you'll be helping students learn where food comes from and develop healthy habits. You'll be elevating the role of food in our schools and working to create healthy meals on a budget. Now, just like you wouldn't be thrilled if someone came in your restaurant and told you what to do, we're not asking you guys to go into school kitchens and take over. And that's an important point to make. Our school food service professionals who are out there, they have dedicated their careers to helping our children grow up healthy and happy. They work long hours and they stretch budgets to the limit, often with no recognition at all. And their advice has been so invaluable as we've tried to identify areas where schools can improve and become more efficient. So they deserve our respect and our admiration. And I want to take the time now to thank them for their service and for their hard work. That's why we're asking you, when you go into the schools, to work closely with our food service professionals, to support the work that they do every day, in and out, long hours. They're looking forward to getting some extra help. They need it. Doing everything from teaching basic cooking skills in the cafeteria to encouraging healthy choices in the lunch line. So they're going to need your support, but it's got to be a collaboration. And we strongly encourage you all to go in with that spirit. Now, I know that none of this is going to be easy. Nothing we do is. I think the very nature of living in this house means that the easy button has been taken away forever. And it won't happen overnight, that's for sure. You're going to need to figure out what you're up against. You're going to need to take time to learn your communities, to understand your schools, to figure out how the school kitchen operates, to finding out what equipment is available, because there are equipment limitations that have been an issue at so many schools, and what kind of changes the school and the community can actually sustain. So there's going to be a learning curve. So you got to be patient and help people become patient with you. But making our schools healthier isn't just about what happens in the kitchen. As Nora said, it's also about what kids learn in the classroom. And that's why we're also encouraging you to do things like put on cooking demonstrations, teach kids how to prepare meals at home. You can help start a cooking club, work with the teacher to integrate food into the lesson plan like they've done at Merch, or help students plant a garden if possible. All that stuff is a part of it. It's not just about the work in the kitchen. And with your help, Our hope is that we'll be able to double the number of schools in the Healthier U.S. School Challenge. This is an innovative program that recognizes schools that are providing healthy foods and opportunities for kids to stay active. So there are just so many ways to get involved, and I know that many of you are already ahead of the game because you're doing that right now. You're here because you're already doing it. There are folks like Chef Tony Robertson, who for the last 3 years has helped students from the Mott Hall School in New York plant a vegetable garden and learn healthy eating habits, even throwing salad parties for parents. That's a good thing. There's also Chef Seth Bixby Doherty from Minnesota, who's worked with, let's give him a hand, who has worked with several schools across the country to design easy, healthy recipes that taste good and can be made with the equipment that schools already have. Or there's someone like Fernando Oleo from Santa Fe, who teaches popular cooking classes for local students. Yay! Fernando, showing them how to prepare healthy meals from his native Mexico. In the end, it's all about helping kids build healthy habits that are going to last a lifetime. And many of you guys know about the White House Kitchen Garden. We're going to go down there and harvest with our kids in a few minutes. But I still remember last year when we started the whole process. And we involved kids from local schools from the very beginning. They helped us till the soil. They helped us plant. They helped us weed. They helped us harvest. They ate. It was pretty powerful. And several of the schools asked the kids to reflect in writing on their experience. And this is what helped us to know that we were on to something here. One of the students described herself as a pretty regular fifth grader who loved sweets. And afterwards she wrote that her time in the garden, and this is a quote, has made me think about the choices I have with what I put in my mouth. Hey, winner. Another child wrote that it has inspired us to eat better and work harder. And one young man wrote, and this is a direct quote, I think about the garden project as a model for being gentle. Gentle with nature, gentle to your body, and gentle with each other. Now we need to remember and follow that model. Isn't that beautiful? So ultimately, this is what we're trying to do. And as you know, kids are so hungry. They will take it all in. They can change their habits, their taste buds, their approaches overnight. All they need is your encouragement, your enthusiasm, your passion, and your patience. And if we do this together, and I know you guys are ready because you wouldn't be sitting out here in those hats in the hot sun if you weren't, we can change the future for our children and for this nation. We are so grateful to you, so proud of the work that you've done, and we're asking you to do more to recruit others. There are about 1,000 of you here. We can triple that number, and that's also part of your goal. We want you to reach out, find those who are less hesitant, who are a little afraid of kids, who are not sure about schools, and help bring them in. We've got to make these numbers grow because we want you all in every school in the nation. We want every school in the nation to have a chef partner, a set of kids who call you theirs, who believe that you care about nothing more than how they grow up and how they feel. The more grown-ups who are working on behalf of our kids, the stronger they'll be. So let's move, let's get this done. Thank you all for the work you've done. And I look forward to seeing you all in the months to come. Thanks so much. Hey, how's it going? So I was soaking, yeah, I know, I was soaking wet. I wish I could give you all a change of clothes. I'm gonna cut through. Hi, guys. What's going on? What's happening?
Hello?
You guys ready? Yes. All right, first let me figure out who's here. What school? What grades?
No, first through sixth.
First through sixth? Yes?
First through sixth.
First through, thank you. Well, you guys know why we're here?
Yeah.
You see all of this?
Yes.
It's harvest time.
Yeah.
So we are going to pull up as much of this as we can. We've got some of the most outstanding chefs in the whole world. They're here. Yay. Woo, woo. And then we're going to do some cleaning. And then you guys are going to do some cooking. And some eating. And we've got a water hose too, if you get really hot. And I'm sure the chefs, except the ladies, do not spray water on the ladies, but the guys, get them. All right, you guys ready to roll? Now I can't stay the whole time because I've got something to do, so hugs now. Hugs. Thank you guys, thanks for helping. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Love you guys. All right, let's get to work. Let's go. Where are your places? Places, everyone. Places. Let's go, sweetie. Hey, baby. Oh. All right, work hard. I met your grandmommy.
Are you over here?
Okay.
At the inauguration.
At the inauguration, I met her.
I was the one peeking out of the window at you.
That was you. All right, you guys find your stations. Hey, Marcus. How you doing,
I'm
baby?
so sweaty, you don't want to hug
Good
me.
to see you. I changed. I'm going to change. All right, where's my station, Sam? All right. Oh, you guys are with me. Jose, how are you? All
Okay.
right.
You have.
Bill,
We have 2 minutes.
do I have gloves?
We have gloves.
Okay.
So.
All right,
You have
let's listen.
cheddar cauliflower.
Cheddar
So
cauliflower.
that grows naturally just like that. We didn't dye it, I promise.
Oh, cool.
All right, so you're gonna.
We
take,
haven't had this before.
We haven't. This is new.
Does it taste like cheese?
No, it doesn't. We gotta put
Doesn't
some cheese
taste
on.
like cheese.
All right.
so
So they're gonna help you pick the whole plant, and then we gotta take.
do we pull it? Do we cut it from the stalk like
cut it
we
from the
do
stalk.
with broccoli?
Yep. And then we'll take the actual cauliflower out, and then we'll take it over there and we'll wash it and weigh it.
All right.
Okay.
So what jobs are we gonna? No, I just got a manicure. I can't mess it up.
All right,
I
so
gotta
you're
go
just gonna
somewhere.
cut, and then they can help pull the leaves off.
All right. So we cut. How low do we cut, Sam? Sam? Oh, Bill.
Take the cauliflower itself right from the bottom.
So take it.
Just kind of
Oh,
bend it
so
over.
take it. So we're gonna leave the leaves.
Yeah, right at the stalk.
All right.
Bottom of the stalk. The other
Oh.
side, yeah.
I got it. It is. That's why I'm going to do the cutting today as opposed to you.
Hooray.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are going to take it and go get it rinsed off.
Really? Okay, fine.
Does it matter the size? We want to get all of them out.
Yep.
All right. This one's for you. There you go, babe.
Your name is? Anna. Beautiful name. So these are lettuce, right? They call the red leaf.
All right.
So, are we ready? We're going to have to cut them quick and put them in ice. Because if not, they're going to die.
Uh-oh.
Careful with the knife, yeah?
We don't want that to happen.
Yeah. Look at that much we can do. Look it. Carefully, you can take it out. With roots and everything. We want to cut the wood.
All right. What's your name, sweetie? Rachel. Yes. And what's your name? Anna. What grades are you guys?
I'm in third.
You're in work in your garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to go there every day. We just released some butterflies into the garden.
Really? So you guys have butterflies in your garden?
Sometimes we see them fluttering near our windows.
That's very cool. Do you guys have gardens at home?
Yes. I'm sort of working on it.
You're working on it?
I have a huge backyard.
You've got what?
I have a huge
Oh.
backyard, so I lots of
Yeah?
One more. That one over there. Then we're going to go quick and put them in water and ice.
I got them all. How are you? Good. Everything's great. We got all these out.
We're going to replant tomorrow.
Bill, we got all these out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's fast. You know what? We have.
Take the broccoli.
Should we do the broccoli?
Take the broccoli.
All right, how far?
Right about down to there. Because all that's nice and tender. So
Okay.
right about there.
Oh, that's so cool. Look at that.
There you go.
I
Wow.
want to send you a
You guys see this?
escapes.
That-
You go with Mrs. Obama, and Jim is going to show you where the
You want to harvest some garlic scapes?
Are we done with the broccoli?
That's it right
That
here.
one, we don't want to get any of these. These aren't big
Well,
enough.
they're small and tender, so
Should
go
I
for
get-
it. Yeah, they'll be delicious.
Here you
You
go.
do.
Put that one in there for me. We've got a little one. That one's for Bo. How about that one for Bo?
I've seen pictures of Bo, and I
Yeah.
Do you want to get the broccoli over there?
Yeah, come on, let's go get this broccoli. Bo's gotten big. A lot of people don't realize how big he's gotten. All right, let's start with this one.
we have a picture of him near the 5th and 6th grade hallway.
Do you guys have pets?
Yes,
I have
two
Yeah.
cats.
You have two cats? What are their names? Yours?
Red and socks.
Red and Socks. What about yours?
Mine's named Alley Cat. She's very lazy.
Is she very lazy?
Yeah, consider.
Why is she so lazy?
She's about 15 years old.
Yeah?
So, and she just likes basking in the sun.
She's just been around for a while, right? She's earned her laziness. Right? So let's see, do we have, we can get this one.
Died.
Ah, are you guys gonna get another one,
Maybe once.
you think? All right, let's see, do you guys see any other broccoli that we can get? I think we got all of this.
We got all of it.
All right,
Well, there's
what
some-
next?
There's some itty bitty
Some
guys
broccoli
over
scapes?
there.
Let's get some.
garlic scapes.
Come on, let's go get some garlic.
Ooh, I love garlic. Sometimes.
You know, garlic is best in food.
Yeah.
How are you, my dear?
How are you? It's so good to see you. Thank you.
So these are the flower spikes, and if you cut them right at there, they're nice and tender, and you'll
Oh,
be able
wow.
to. And they're flavor and delicious.
They feel funny.
Ooh,
Smell
smell
good?
that. Oh. Wow, that smells great. So what, you cut these up?
So you cut, yeah, and then you can either saute them or some people will eat them
Wow.
raw, depending on how hardy you are.
Right.
And then the rest of the garlic will start to dry up, and we'll be ready to harvest it by the end of the month, the 1st
Wow.
of July. That's when you get the big bulbs.
Yeah. So you can still use these.
Uh huh.
Wow.
Delicacy.
Wow. Those are
Smells
very
like-
cool. So down right before the,
Good.
Like something I know, like mashed potatoes, sort of.
yeah, because people put garlic in mashed potatoes. Yep.
I knew it smelled familiar.
Now what's
The
this?
fennel?
This is fennel.
Fennel bulbs, yep.
So are they ready to go?
Yeah, someone was harvesting them. I don't know how they must have filled up.
All right, do we have any more?
Hard to find. Oh, right here. There's one. There goes one.
Wow. All right, here you go. So,
I think
You
sometimes.
guys warm enough?
Yes.
No. Yeah, we're warm. But we're
oh,
not.
here goes one.
Well, good.
That's good.
And
I
you
think
guys almost
grown-ups-
ready for summer vacation?
Oh
Yes.
man,
Yeah.
Malia and Sasha are. What are you guys gonna do for summer break?
I'm going to California to visit my grandma.
Yeah, are you gonna go for the whole summer or just for a little
Just for a
time?
little bit.
Yeah, what about you?
I'm gonna go to Georgia.
Georgia? Is that your family's from Georgia? You know, we're gonna work, but we're gonna take a few trips here or there, and do a little traveling, a little work.
I love travel.
I do too, I have to say. All right, we got a bunch more here.
I'm just looking forward to not being able to go to school anymore.
I think your parents probably feel that. You know, sometimes work is hard for parents too. So we like having a break from nagging you all about your homework and, you know, worrying about whether you're getting assignments done.
My parents don't have to worry about homework because I don't get it.
You don't get any yet. What about you? It's coming. You got homework, right?
What grade are you in?
Third.
Third. And what grade are you in?
Fifth.
Fifth?
We just finished with our SOL test
So you'll
yesterday.
be a sixth grader next year. Great.
SOL tests drive you nuts.
What is it? What kind of test?
SOL. They drive you nuts.
Tell me about SOL tests.
They're so hard. Well, no.
So those are your standardized tests?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so you do them at the end of the year? So you'd have to sit and fill out the, yeah.
All morning.
And you've got it in all subjects, math and vocabulary and reading and, yeah.
History.
But you're done, right?
Yep.
So that's all behind you now. And all you have, yes.
My teacher.
Okay, we will.
My teacher, Miss.
Did we get all the,
Yeah, it looks like we got everything.
Yeah, just pull up that fennel.
all right, come on, you guys can help with this.
I'll get another
Here,
bin
let's put this down.
Yeah, I'll set this to the side now. Great. Perfect.
All right, so we're pulling it straight up, right? This is straight power. All right, let's see.
When you
Do we
came,
need to?
when you came to our school back in November, I
Yeah.
think, just about everyone in my class was anxious to go outside.
Yeah, they only let a few of you guys go outside, right?
So every chance we got, we peeked through the window and tried to see you.
All right, should I try to pull it up at the root if I can?
I think a knife will probably be easier.
How do you, what, is it breaking? Am I getting it? Because this one's coming up.
Okay,
So
go
is
ahead.
this one?
That works. Works for me.
Sometimes you have to try to go around the roots and then dig in because then you might tear off the roots.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to make sure it was going to be okay. You know what? You guys are going to carry these over to the cleaning station because we don't have a bin. Do you want to try and pull one up? Because they can be, you can pull them up. So just grab it at the base real low. There you go. That's it. Good job. Oh, do you see, can you smell that?
It smells lovely.
It's good. Good job.
This is really a harvest.
Now this is a harvest, right?
How's the first lady?
You want to take that over to the cleaning station?